nothing. Good morning. Welcome to Infinity Highway. Greetings
In
from
1/4 mile, turn right on North 19th Avenue.
Bozeman, Montana. Rest area. Where we pulled off for the night last night. As we're making our way
Turn right on North 19th Avenue.
westbound out to Dillon, Montana. With a load of Toro equipment. Light load.
In 1/4 mile, turn left on I-90 West.
It's like Toro makes like lightweight machinery, I guess. Like maybe not necessarily farm equipment. I don't know, they might make farm equipment, but I think more kind of like
Turn left
residential
on I-90 West.
residential equipment for like lawns and stuff, you know. But in any event, we only have about 8,000 pounds worth of their equipment in the box in the back of the trailer. That we picked up back in
Continue on I-90.
back in Iowa, just north of Des Moines. Whatever it was a couple days ago. Is this guy gonna put the hammer down on me now? Oh, is he? He sure fucking is. Nah. The guy just passed me up. Let me on the interstate there. He was doing about 68 when he got in front of me. Going past me, puts the hammer down. So, what is today? Jesus Christ. It's fucking Sunday. Super Bowl Sunday. Excuse the language. February 13th, 2022. Time is just about 9 o'clock in the a.m. All of about 26 degrees outside, a little bit nippy. But with the sun up and out, It's kind of a warm 26, I guess, if that's possible. You can get away with like a lightweight sweat jacket on and cover a long time for the most part, for a few minutes anyways. 4,520 foot elevation out here in Bozeman. And we got short haul ahead of us with only 107 miles out there to Dillon. Now, the thing is being that today is Sunday, the receiver where we're headed is not open. And so we're going to have to find a place somewhere nearby Dillon, if not within the actual city of Dillon, to hang out for the rest of the day once we get down there. Means that we only got about an hour, before I will call it 2 hours drive to get there. So, I'm not sure how we're going to play this out. I think our delivery window is from between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. for tomorrow, so we could run all the way down there, I guess, into Dillon and try to find a place to hang out and camp out for the remainder of the day and night tonight, or we could stop short by 20 miles or something like that. I try not to keep it anything more than 20 miles if I don't make it, like if it doesn't appear that there's any place to camp out down there, try to not make it more than 20 miles of required driving on a delivery day. Just because I don't want to eat up the clock, my drive clock, too much, because it limits our options for getting a follow-up load after we make a delivery. So, I don't know, we'll probably just run all the way down into Dillon and see if we can't find some side street, or I guess it's kind of a rural area. It's down, so we're running 90 westbound right now. And Dillon is south of the I-90, off of the I-15 by about 50 miles, I think, 50 or 60 miles. That said, we are not going to be running the 15 to get down there. We're actually going to be taking, I think, Highway 49, if I recall correctly. No, I guess maybe Highway 55. Out in Whitehall. And that's all of about 48 miles still west of us here. So we'll hop on the Highway 55, run southbound from there. If we see something, rest area or something or another to go hang out at, we'll just go hang out there. I don't know. TBD on that. We'll put a pin in it. Put a pin in that donkey's ass. Yep, I think we're going to be making a pit stop here in about 20 miles in a Pilot Flying J. Grab some supplies, some food, etc., some water. Don't let me forget to get water for the dog. We're getting low. Get some water for him, get some chow for me, some chow mix, some Purina. I can look for some 75, actually. But maybe not through town. Yep. So I don't know how many of you have been following this whole trucker convoy blockade up there in Canada. I've kind of been half paying attention to it. Just because, like I'm all for it. I really am. I think it's awesome. I would love to participate in something like that. You know, being that I'm a company driver, you know, it's not the kind of thing I can get away with doing. You know, but to say that, you know, they decided to go ahead and do that here, I think there's plans to do some sort of a convoy West Coast of Washington, D.C. or something like that. I think they're trying to get that shit together. I would love to participate in something like that, but, you know, watching the whole thing going on up in Canada, and they got good damn reason, right, to do what they're doing up there. I mean, you're telling fucking people that they can go down, right, in the United States without a freaking vaccination shot, right, but they can't come home without it. You know, and it's kind of like to say, well, you know, who has more right to earn a living? Whose right to earn a living has more value than somebody else's right to earn a living, right? You know what? Police? You know who? Politicians? Who? You know, and you know, it really is a line that needs to be that needs to be held when it comes down to making your own choices with this shit. Because what's next? Let's say everybody just gets down on their knees and drops their pants and allows a needle to be shoved up their ass, right? With a vaccination, right? Let's say everybody just, then what? What's next? What's the next mandatory thing? Hey, we're coming in to take your children. It's mandatory. We made a mandate that says we get to take your children from you, right? I mean, as ridiculous as that sounds, there's nothing to stop it. If we don't come together and stop this kind of shit right now, there's nothing to stop the next ridiculous mandate. As many people think that this might not be ridiculous, we're talking about the future here. We're talking about what's next. Look at what happened with 2000, you know, with 9/11, right? You know, as big talkers as they were about, you know, we don't negotiate with terrorists, we don't bow down to terrorists, and we don't do this to terrorists. Guess what the fuck they did? They sure as fuck did. They allowed terrorism to affect the world with all this bullshit, you know, security that they imposed, you know, on airliners after the fact, right? So they did bow down to terrorists. We did give into it, right? We sure as fuck did, right? All this mandatory, you know, shit that, you know, is still in place to get on a fucking airplane, right? You know, and it's not something that I do a lot. I don't fly a lot, right? I don't have a need to unless I go on vacation, but it's still there, right? And now here you're talking about wanting to mandate people to, you know, take a vaccination that doesn't do shit for you, right? It's clear and evident that it doesn't. Max, shut up! Right? It doesn't keep you from getting sick. Hell, my boss got a fucking vaccination, right? And we went and sat down and had dinner one night. He was getting ready to go down to Cancun on vacation. And we went to a restaurant that required a vaccination card to go in, right? And so he showed his vaccination card. I said, I don't have one. And they sat me anyways, right? But so we're sitting there talking, and I'm telling him, I'm like, it's pretty ridiculous, man, because it's not as if you can't still get corona and can't still transmit it, right? And he kind of shrugged it off because he's kind of still on that, you know, boat. right? He's still on that brainwash boat a little bit. So he goes down to Cancun, and guess what? He comes back with COVID. You know, and he's fully vaccinated and boosted. So he comes back with COVID anyways, right? So the whole idea that getting a vaccination is going to keep COVID at bay is a bunch of fucking bullshit. Same thing with masks. You know, it's just it's out of hand. All this said, all the point being is that the whole mandating something so that somebody can make a living, right, is bullshit, and it needs to stop because like I said, what's the next thing, right? What's the next ridiculous mandate that they're going to come up with, right? I mean, it's I wish people would wake up to it more. You know, it's going too slow. You know, and then it's like, if you work in, you know, the medical industry, and they're mandating everybody, and then everybody says, no, I'm not interested in getting a vaccination, so they can't come to work, and then the government and politicians say, oh, there's a shortage of work. Right, it's a shortage. It's not a shortage. It's you people are creating the shortage by trying to tell people they have to do something they don't want to do with their own bodies, right? We are not talking about measles, black plague, Ebola. We're talking about essentially a cold with a new name, right? They've just gone and taken the common cold and given it a new name. That's it, right? It's no different than a cold or a flu, right? How long have they been trying to push flu shots, right? Well, so now they come up with some bullshit called Corona, right? Essentially, it's just a flu and a common cold combined, right? And say, now everybody has to get the flu shot, right? No, I don't want your fucking flu shot. We're not talking about the measles, the mumps. We're not talking about an actual killer. What we're talking about is something where if you already have a comorbidity, you might, I mean, you can get sick and die from the flu anyways, right? You can get sick and die from it, right? If you are not taking care of your body, you can get sick and die if you get sick. That's fucking common sense. You know, we're not talking about AIDS. You know, so saying that people need to get vaccinated is going to help, is going to, if you're saying that you're selfish if you don't get a vaccination is a bunch of bullshit, because we're not talking about something that's a killer. Besides, if other people want to get vaccinated, by all means, nobody's here telling people not to get vaccinated. If you want to get vaccinated, go for it. More power to you, right? Now you're protected, then let's say now I'm not, right? Then what are you worried about talking about somebody selfish if they don't want to get vaccinated? It's not stopping transmission. It's not stopping, it's still, you're still a contagion, you know, if you get it, right? So I don't know, whatever. So yeah, the whole convoy thing up there, man, it's definitely, the reason why I'm not following it is, you know, it's because it pisses me off. It does. It pisses me off because I know what's going to happen. I know what's going to happen. I mean, they could, the politicians up there, Justin Trudeau and all those yahoos up there, right? If they really wanted to stop this whole blockade thing, this whole convoy thing, all they got to do is remove one thing that they said that they mandated. They just got to remove the mandate. Easy peasy, done deal. Everybody goes home. Everybody's happy. But no, they're so intent on standing their ground and not reversing what they've said, right? Because then they would look like fools, right? I know what's going to happen is they're going to send a bunch of fucking troops in there and they're going to take everybody out by force. That's what they do. And so, you know, unfortunately, you know, I don't believe that it's going to actually work. It pisses me off. You know, I guarantee you that's what's going to happen. They'll create a big distraction, right? Oh, Russia's invading Ukraine, and while that's going on and everybody's paying attention to that, they'll send the troops down in there and clean it up. You know? So, anyways, that's enough of that. I'm trying not to ramble about stuff like that, but I've been, like I said, I've been following a little bit of it, and it's just I see where it's headed. Just remove the mandate, everybody goes home, and everything goes back the way it was. Right? Oh, can't do it. So, anyways, I'm gonna put you down, and we will see you down there, probably on the Highway 55 once we get running southbound. So we'll see you in a bit.
Turn right on West Legion Street.
All right, we've made it to the town of Whitehall.
In 1/2 mile, turn left on Montana 55.
Warmed up a bit, 38 degrees.
In 1/4 mile, turn left on Montana 55.
God, did you see that bird go in front of us right there? We actually hit a bird the other day.
Turn left on Montana 55.
Probably like a week ago, actually, but we actually hit a damn bird. Stupid freaking bird. We're supposed to have an agreement with the birds. They're supposed to see us coming and get out of the way.
Continue on Montana 55.
And there was like a flock of birds, probably about 15 or 20 of them, and they were just little, I don't know, they were like little birds. I don't know what kind of birds they were. They were little birds, little guys. And they were just like I said, they were in a flock doing their thing in the middle of the interstate there. It's not like they were like crows, right? Like when you see crows or buzzards and they're up there like eating some roadkill, right? They see you coming from probably 50 yards back and they got out of the way, right? This group of birds, this flock of birds, they were just flying around. They weren't trying to pick up roadkill, but they were in the interstate. And as I was getting close to them, the flock split in half, right? And one went to the left, one went to the right. There's two groups now. But there was one bird, and he wasn't sure which way he wanted to go. He wasn't sure which group he wanted to go with. And well, he got dinged. This little guy, or little son of a gun. I mean, and chances are he probably survived it because we didn't hit him, like, he didn't smack into the front of the grill or the windshield, but I heard a thud up on the roof of the truck when we went by, and it was a light thud, so chances are he made it, I don't know. Maybe he didn't. But we're supposed to have an agreement with the birds. We don't need any angry birds. At least it wasn't a deer. I've actually, a confession to make, I've actually took out one deer. It was about a year ago. I'm pretty sure it was during the winter. And I was in the other truck. I was in 712, the red Freightliner. And we were making our way out of Pennsylvania, I think into Ohio on, it very well might have been the 90. And we were going through a mountain area. Jesus, Max, shut up! I'm trying to do a video, don't you know? Yeah, we were making our way through the mountains, kind of windy and stuff, and we were coming down into a town. I forgot the name of it, whatever. And I think there was a truck up ahead of me, maybe 100 yards ahead of me or something like that. And you know, so I was just kind of watching him and over, you know, so it was on an interstate, and it was, you know, 2 lanes either direction. And I noticed there was a deer over there in the center medium, and it was kind of like hesitant to cross, you know. And I'd gotten in a habit of when I would see deers on the shoulder and the medium or something like that, I had gotten in a habit of blowing my air horn, you know, try and scare them off, right? You know, let them know I'm coming, you know, hopefully scare them off. I think I went to blow the air horn, and it didn't scare him enough, and he went ahead and tried to cross. And I'm sitting there just going, I'm vocally, no, 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 you know, I'm saying it out loud. I'm like, no, don't do it. And he starts coming, and I know this is kind of a sad story and stuff, you know, but whatever, it's a confession. And he went ahead and started trying to cross, you know, and so I'm hammered down because I was hoping, you know, because the timing was looking like he might make it behind us, and well, he didn't. We didn't cream him with the front of the truck, but he went under the trailer. Unfortunately, he just, you know, I guess maybe they don't got great night vision. I don't know what it is, but he went ahead and tried, and he bapped into the trailer and went under the wheels. Man, I was like, damn, that sucks. It's not something you really want to have happen, you know. I give a shit about animals. So there's my confession. Anyways, yep. So yeah, here we are, Highway 55. We got 47 miles to go down there to Dillon. And it looks like a relatively flat drive. Going through kind of a valley here. We've got mountains on the left, mountains on the right. I don't think we have any mountains in the windshield. Doesn't look like, anyways. A little bit windy out. Still not sure where the hell we're gonna camp out for the rest of the day. I haven't really looked into it. We stopped at that pilot back there I was talking about. I went in, I got our case of water, got some food and supplies to tide us over. And I probably should have looked at my route a little bit better when we were stopped back there, but I figured we'd just kind of go for it and see what we get. We're just going to go in blind, see if we can find something Madison County. You know, I think of all the kind of weather conditions there are to drive out in there, the one that I probably hate the worst, as Max argues with his foot, is the wind. I hate driving in the wind. Max! Jesus, dog! Chill the fuck out. Because it's just persistent. I don't know, like in the snow, you know, you drive in the snow for 2 or 3 hours, you can usually make your way out of the storm, you know, like you find yourself, you know, you're running along, all of a sudden it starts snowing, you know, you can drop your speed down to whatever you're comfortable with and keep going for a few hours, and you'll usually make your way out of it. Same thing with the rain, you know. I mean, there's times where you'll be driving and you'll be just in a storm that just follows you for 2 days, you know. No big deal, you know. Drive accordingly. But the wind, it's just a lot of work. Yeah, it's a pain in the ass, and it can just be persistent as hell. Especially if you're really light, like we are right now. When we left Iowa the other day, and we were making our way up to South Dakota, it was blowing something fierce, and it was, I think, what were we running? Like I said, we picked up over there north of Des Moines, so we had to hop on the I-80 and take the 80 westbound for, I forget, like 100 some odd miles over to the 29, and ran the 29 northbound up to the 90, and then started running westbound on the 90 for South Dakota and all that. And as we were making our way on the 80, when we first were leaving, the wind was hammering us from north to south. So it was a crosswind hitting us from right to left. And it was just blowing us silly, you know what I mean? Like I said, we're really light, only about 8,000 pounds in the trailer. And it was just hammering us. So we get on the 29 and we start running northbound. So now we got ourselves a headwind, right? Which isn't as bad usually. You know, I mean, if you're gonna be fighting the wind, a headwind is easier to deal with. But in this case, they were kind of swirling winds, so they were still kind of hitting us right to left a little bit. It was mostly a headwind. And we got up into Sioux City, and the wind changed direction. It starts hammering us from left to right. So the wind just all of a sudden decided to start going from west to east on us. So, okay, so we're dealing with that. Then we finally get up to the 90, and we start going westbound, and the wind changed direction again, and it starts hammering us from north to south, so from right to left again. It's like, damn it, there's nothing we can do to get out of it. You know, you're just stuck in it all day long, and it's just, I don't know, it can be a lot of work. You know, you got to drive a little bit slower. But yeah, it was just hammering us. Right now it's hammering us pretty good too, but it feels kind of like a headwind. It's definitely wind out. Whatever, it is what it is. We got short miles, baby. 38 to go. We got short miles to go. So Town of Silver Star here. Little town. Granny's Country Store and Post Office. Awesome. Holy shit, you see these big old schools over here? Damn. Wow. Big giant wagon wheels and stuff. Holy shit, those things are massive. Pretty cool. That's a pretty cool log cabin. Look at that, we just went by on the left too. Pretty badass looking. A lot of log cabins in Montana. I mean, imagine that. Jefferson River, the frozen Jefferson River. Man, there's like icebergs in that water. That's some cold stuff right there, boy. Okay, gotta go. We'll see you in a bit. So we are down to about 5 miles to go. Well, 5.5 miles to go. Out to Dillon. And, you know, we pulled off in the turnout back there about 6 miles behind us. So I can investigate places to park, and I don't know what we're going to do. I'm not sure yet. We're playing it by ear, as I said earlier. If we can, we're just going to pull into the lot where we're delivering. But we're delivering to a, what the hell are they called Shepherd's Garage, and it's not like a big receiving facility or anything like that. They don't even have, it doesn't even appear that they have loading docks or anything like that. They're going to have to pallet jack the equipment off the back of the truck onto a forklift somehow or another, I think, from the looks of it. But being that they're closed today, it shouldn't be a problem. I think we can probably go ahead and get away with camping out in their driveway. If not, we're going to pass it by and see if we can find, there's a town pump fuel station out there that says, well, it appears that they have semi-fuel, or that they accommodate semis anyhow, but I don't know that they actually have parking. It doesn't look like they do. So, just not real sure what the hell we're going to do, so might be a bit of an adventure trying to find someplace. There's no Walmarts anywhere nearby. Go park. And honestly, I don't really like parking at Walmarts anyways. I really don't. A lot of them have signs that say no overnight parking on them, and people, you know, truck drivers can tend to get away with it from time to time, I think, but I'm not one of those truck drivers. Here we go, way station 1 mile.
What about that Maverick radio?
So, more than likely this is going to be a closed down way station, and if it is, we will go ahead and pull off in there and we'll just hang out there, I guess. That makes sense. 2.5 miles to go. To Shepherd's Garage. So, this might very well work. Might just go ahead and do this. Where the hell is it? It's at way station next right. Station closed. Yes, it's closed down. Yeah, this will work. Oh, this will work fine. Actually, this will work just fine.
Right there, right there. Appreciate that 001. Old Maverick. This is Maverick I'm thinking of. This is my neighbor over here. He got a good sounding station. I like to give him hell a little bit. We don't get on back. I gotta go check this barbecue. I'll catch him all at 001. You're 241 in the mag. I'm gone.
Yeah, this will work just fine. We got grass to get the dog out. Perfect. Yep. This is where we're going to call home for the rest of the day. Until tomorrow morning. Pretty well removed off the highway, so we ain't got to listen to traffic going by all day. Not too loud, anyhow. You shouldn't be able to feel their wind going by us. So, Max, get down. So that's that for now. We will pick back up with you in the morning once we go to make our delivery, and then we'll wrap this one up. So we will see you all tamale. Hot today, cold today, hot tamale. All right, gotta go. See ya. Well, here we go. Well, once again, good morning. And once again, I forgot to bring you in. My bad. We just left Shepherd's Garage where we made our delivery of a light load of equipment. And yeah, I forgot to bring you in. Well, yeah, what can you do? There was nothing to it. So we are now, we're still over here at Dillon, and we just left Shepherd's Garage about 5 minutes ago, and now we're making our way over for our next dispatch. We're making our way over to a place called Barrett's Minerals. It's about 1.5 miles up the road here. We're on Highway 91 headed northbound to go pick up a heavy load of paint. That we'll be hauling out to Illinois. Let's see here specifically. Kankakee.
Arrive at 8617 North Highway 91 on the
I
left.
better be paying attention because I think we're getting close. Kankakee, Illinois. Yeah, something like that. It's going to be a 40,000 pound plus or minus. Load, apparently. Let's see here.
In 1/4 mile, arrive at 8617 North Highway 91 on the left.
I'm not seeing what I'm looking for out here. Barrett's Minerals, yeah, we passed it. I guess that was it back there. It sure didn't look like a paint warehouse or anything. Well, now we got to figure out where the hell we're going to be able to turn around. Maybe we can do this real quick. Fortunately, there's nobody behind us, in front of us, so. Like a paint supply place, but whatever. So today is Monday, February 14th. Happy Super Bowl day after Super Bowl Monday. 9:14 in the AM. 39 degrees outside. Elevation about 5,000. Oh boy. No trucks. Alright, well, I'm gonna have to go on foot here and try to figure out what the hell's going on, so we'll talk to you in a bit. Okay, so that's the wrong place. That is a different Barrett's Minerals. didn't look right when I came across it, passed it by that first time. I was like, that doesn't look right at all. So we're actually headed, it is called Barrett's Minerals, but we got to run back down. Make our way back southbound here on the 91, and then cut across over to the 15 and run the 15 southbound. And I don't know, I got differing mileages here. One, my Sheila D's telling me 38 miles. I got Google Maps going, and it's telling me 16 miles. I think the Google Maps one is the accurate one here, so we're going to go with that. So anyway, it's kind of a little bit of a flub there. But things being what they are, I figure we'll go ahead and just wrap this one up anyways. Tie it with a bow, and we'll catch up with you on the next interesting run. So anyways, that's it. Hope you all are doing well. Thanks for watching Infinity Highway and bearing with the flubs, and we will see you all somewhere down the road. So take care. See ya.